Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with the recap of the first round playoff series, Houston Rockets versus the Utah Jazz. Before I continue, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel, please. That you will not regret that. Anyways, Rockets, they won in 5 against the Utah Jazz here in the first round. Basically, I'll go through each game and then kind of just give my opinion about the series. Game 1, Rockets blew out the Jazz by, I think the final score is 122-90. Game 2, Rockets smack around the Jazz as they beat them by about 20 points. Game 3, series comes back to Utah. The Rockets went back and forth, but the Rockets they pulled away late as they won Game 3. Game 4, back and forth. The Utah Jazz, they pulled away late, and they won that game 117-101 actually. So they actually really pulled away and got to double digits. Game 5, back and forth game. Utah missed a shot or two, and the Rockets, they basically hit their free throws and won the game 100-93. Let's talk about the Rockets first. So most likely they will be getting Golden State in the next round, which is probably going to be your Western Conference Finals matchup, even though it's in the second round. It's just how the seeding is. And this was a 4 versus 5 seed, by the way, the Rockets versus Jazz. But the Rockets, give them credit, they took advantage of the Jazz. The Jazz, they didn't shoot the ball well. Donovan Mitchell had a terrible series. Not going to sugarcoat it. He went 4 for 22 and 0 for 9 for the three-point range alone today. Tonight. And listen, it happens. I'm not too concerned. Donovan Mitchell, to me, he's only going to grow. So, he's a second-year player. You can't be too concerned if you're a Jazz fan. Jay Crowder, you gotta give him a lot of credit though for that Game 4 win. He was probably the player of the game in that game for it. And Donovan Mitchell did recognize him in his post game interview after the game. So you could thank Jay Crowder for winning Game 4 for you. But the Rockets, James Harden, CP3, it was just too much. The Jazz, the problem with the Jazz is that they don't have that go-to superstar, in my opinion. I think Donovan Mitchell could be that one day, but it might take 2 or 3 years. Like the Jazz, they don't really have that big-time superstar. They have, I think, 2 or 3 very decent players in Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and whoever wants to be the third person that night, the number 3 option. But they gotta get a clear cut, at least a 4.5-star player to the Utah Jazz. I don't think they're gonna do that. One other thing that I think the Jazz need to do this offseason is re-sign Ricky Rubio. I don't trust your point guard position. I don't trust Dante Exum at the backup. I don't trust him as a starter. So that's something you need to do. He's not gonna be a max player, Ricky Rubio, but he is going to probably be about $15 million a year, I am assuming. And also, you gotta go ahead and get a big guy that can shoot, maybe even 2 big guys, Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert. They're nice, but they're not like they can't shoot the ball outside. So those 2 players, they gotta go ahead and not those 2 players. The Utah Jazz, they gotta go ahead and get somebody that can shoot perimeter shots. That's like a 4 or a 5. That's what they need to do this offseason. Those 2 things, that's what they need to do. Rockets, personally, we're going to be picking this series. If Golden State wins tonight, we're going to be picking that series tomorrow. Right now, Golden State they're actually down by 4 in the first quarter, but to the Clippers. But I'm not too concerned about that. But the Rockets, they will be taking Golden State to probably 6 games, but that's just about it. Maybe 7. Maybe they'll shock us all and beat them. But the Rockets, the Warriors are just too much. We all know the Warriors are just too much. But the Rockets, they won a playoff series. They James Harden, they're going to go as far as James Harden will take them. So we'll see what happens in the second round. But this was a good series win for the Rockets. And by the way, one of a quick note about each team. The Utah Jazz, ladies and gentlemen, that's how the Utah Jazz, the way they play tonight, that's how you play on the brink of elimination, not by half-assing it. I'm talking to you, Nets and Magic. And then the Rockets, people were a bit concerned. I know Isaiah Thomas said he was concerned on the Stephen A. Smith show about the Houston Rockets not closing out Game 4. It doesn't concern me that much. I thought worst case scenario when Utah was down 0-2, they would be down 3-1 going back to Houston for Game 5. So that doesn't concern me. But the Rockets, if the Rockets need to win Game 1 against Golden State, I think that's what they need to do. But we'll talk about that later. I don't want to give up too much of what I think about that potential series. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated if you do that. Thanks for watching, and this is McD the Beast signing off.